I wanted to make a class tier list video specifically for 2v2 Arena. I am almost at 1,000 games. I'm going to be at 1,000 games this week, actually, so be sure to tune in on Twitch to check that out. I am a Disciplined Priest main, so I might be a little bit biased in some of these rankings, but be sure to comment down below if you think something should be moved up or moved down. There's some specs that I really haven't seen, even in 1,000 games. I think I've run into like 1 Arcane Mage, maybe like 2 or 3 Outlaws, 0 Augmentation Evoker. So I might be a little bit unsure on those. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so first thing, Affliction Lock. Affliction Lock does a lot of damage. I think Drain Soul pumps. I haven't seen very many of them, and because I play Voidweaver, it's very hard whenever I'm fighting them. I'm going to go ahead and put this in A tier. It might move down to B when everything finishes lining up. I want to try to have an even spread, but we'll see. I think it's very good. I think it got buffed recently as well. I think they have a lot of CC, a lot of consistent damage. They can get shut down on some of these other classes, especially if they're just getting trained the entire game. But overall, good. Cane Mage, I've only fought this one time, and it was pretty strong, actually. And I feel like you always see that whenever you have a class like Arcane where nobody plays it, the only people who play it all the time and are actually insane. And they got buffed, like a huge buff semi-recently. But I'm still going to put it in C tier because I've only played against it one time, and I feel like Frost and Fire are just so much better that it goes to C. I'm sorry. Okay, Arms Warrior. Arms Warrior, this is where I think a lot of my bias is going to come in, because getting trained by a warrior as a priest is the most upsetting things, especially in 2v2 when it's just like minutes and minutes and minutes of just running around a pillar or just face tanking an Arms Warrior or Fear Warrior that just is immune to fear. I'm ranting. PTSD. No, I think I'm gonna put Arms at B for now. Put Arms at B. I think it's good, but I think that even with them training priests, like, they have some good buffs, but they're still, I don't think, as good as some of these other classes. Sass Rogue. Now, this one's kind of weird. We did play against the Sass Rogue today and just get one shot in the opener because I got CC'd like 6 times. But only played it a few times or against it a few times. I'm going to put this one as B as well. I think that they're really good in the opener, but I think they kind of fade out once you get to like mid-game. I also think that they get countered by like any bleed dispel is really awkward. Like chasing Mistweavers, which are everywhere right now, is really bad for them. So I'm gonna leave them at B. I think I'm gonna put Arms Warrior above them for now. Again, I feel like Arms Warriors are a lot more popular than Sass Rogue, so I don't know where to put it. It feels weird. Boomy, I'm gonna put C. I think it's better than Arcane. I think Boomy's main problem is they just don't have very much CC. They can go into cat form and they can bash and they can maim. But most of the time whenever I fight Boomies, it's just a dampener of just Starfall, Moonfire, Sunfire, run around the pillar, just run around in circles, spam Cyclone, and eventually something dies. So they're definitely not terrible, but I think there are a lot stronger specs in 2v2. I think they're really good whenever you have like maybe a Holy Priest to kind of help stun and CC. But a lot of it's just do damage, live long enough. BM Hunter, straight to S tier. BM Hunter is always insane. Every single season, pet classes are disgusting. Do a lot of damage, a lot of consistent damage, a lot of burst damage, and they have constant CC with trap and stun. I think it's very hard for BM Hunters not to be like S or A+ tier in 2v2. Like, their damage has to be terrible just because their kit is so good. I don't think anyone's surprised by that. Okay, skipping tanks. Demo Lock. Haven't seen very many. I'm gonna also put them in B. I think they're... I'm gonna say they're better than Arms Warrior. I'm gonna like that for now. We'll see. At the very end, I think we'll make any adjustments. But Demo Lock, I feel like they have a lot of CC. They're very tanky. if they're really good at kiting, they can just kind of live forever. Especially with when Dark Pact Wall. Forgot what the damage reduction where they have the pets that heals like the max every single game. I don't know what it's called, but they're tanky at the end. Destro. This one's hard for me. Destro Lock is really good, but you can shut them down. I'm gonna put it at B. I'm gonna put it at B. Destro Lock does a lot of damage, has a lot of CC. Anytime they are able to actually connect with Chaos Bolts, you're just dead. I feel like just one like Chaos Bolt or Mortal Coil, double Mortal Coil into just like 4 or 5 Chaos Bolts back to back to back to back, like you're just dead. But it's really hard for them to get that setup off. I think you can usually shut them down or start lining. But they're not bad. They're not bad. Discipline Priest. Oh wait, no, Devoker. Well, actually, yeah, Devoker. I'm like scared to rank Discipline Priest, but getting to Devoker, I think Devoker's good. They have a lot of good damage. They have a lot of good sustain. Their burst is kind of crazy. And the flying immune to CC over and over is really disgusting. I'm gonna put them at A. I think they're lower A, but I think they're A. We'll see if that changes. Okay, Discipline Priest. Actually, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do like healers separately? You know what? We'll save healers towards the end. How about that? Let's just group these all together. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do healers second. We'll just go through all DPS. Ideally, we'd range it like melee and range and whatever, but it's fine. We're just going through it. Okay, Ellie Shaman. Ellie Shaman, I think, is good. They have a lot of damage. They have a lot of instant casts. The Dispel protection is really good. I don't see very many, especially in 2s. I want to say... I'm putting them in B tier. Now, are they better than Assassin Arms is the question. I'm going to put it above Assass, below Arms for now. We'll see if that changes. Enhancement, I'm also going to put in B tier. I think Enhancement's better than Ellie. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So Enhancement does a lot of big burst, but after the burst, their sustain isn't as good. They do have a lot of, I mean, short kick is really good. They have a lot of CC. They can peel very well with off heals, but outside their burst, they don't really kill anything, so it's a little bit awkward. I have played a decent amount of Enhancement. It's fun. Feral. I'm going to put Feral at A. I think they're better than Devoker. They're better than Aflock is the question. This one's hard. I think Feral has a really good, like, really high skill ceiling, so it's really hard to tell. I think a really good Feral is going to beat, like, a really good Aflock, but average Feral versus the average Aflock is the question. I'm going to put Feral above. I think Feral in 2s, they have a lot of bleed damage. They have a lot of cleave. Clone is always really strong. They have stuns, which Aflock doesn't really have. Or like consistently, so and I think they're just tankier. Feral's just... Well, actually, I don't know if I want to say Ferals are tanky. I think a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but they can be tanky. Whenever they have cooldowns, or especially like in the beginning of the game, Bear Form, Bark Skin, Fake Wall, Frenzy Regen, they have a lot of tools. Fire Mage. Fire Mage is going to go A. Kinda tempted to put it at S. But we're gonna leave it A plus for now. I'm like trying to reserve S to like the very top. Like I already know which ones are gonna go there. I think everybody knows what classes are gonna go there. But okay, Fire Mage, really good control, really good damage, really good burst. They're pretty tanky overall for like how much damage they do. I don't think I need to expand. Same thing with Frost. I think Frost is a little bit better than Fire just because of double ice block. There's tankier, and Ray of Frost is disgusting. Having, like, yeah, said. Shatter does so much damage. Ice Orb, or whatever it's called, does insane amount of damage too. Super tanky. Mass Invis also on mages, like every minute is actually disgusting. Frosty K. Ooh, Frosty K is probably gonna go down here. I don't know. See, I'm tempted to put it C tier, but I feel like Frosty K in general is underrated right now. Their burst is insane. Like, it's so easy to die in the opener versus Frosty K, but you just hardly ever see them. Everyone's playing Unholy right now. I'll leave it at B minus, and then we'll see if, like, we'll see if we need to drop it. If B gets too big, we'll might scoot it down a little bit. But I still think that Frosty K is underrated. Also, at the high end, I think that you can play it really cheesy and just spam Chains of Ice and then just pillar the entire game and then just win. But it's very rare that you actually see DKs play that way. Fury Warrior, A tier. I think it's... They have really good sustain. MS is insane. Warriors have like a lot of tools, if not every single tool in the game. I'm okay with them being A. I think they're better than Invoker. It's hard. I don't know if they're better than Aflock though. We'll see. We'll leave it like right there, and then if we need to adjust, we can. Again, I don't want to overpack it too, but I think this is a good spread so far. It's a good spread. We got a nice little normal distribution, if you will. Okay. Not gonna do tanks for now. Demon Hunter. I feel like Demon Hunter is really underrated right now, but they're not insane. Whenever I go against Demon Hunters, it's always hit or miss. They're either like all over me doing unhealable damage the entire game, or they're just kind of there having a good time. So I'm gonna put it B. I'm gonna put it in between here, and I think that's okay. I think that's okay right there. They have good CC, in-cap, fear. They have a lot of CC or immunities in general with their Vengeful Retreat, which is really annoying. And then like Metamorphosis, Shadow Meld. Their damage is really good. They have MS. They're in a decent spot. Marksman Hunter. Marksman Hunter. I want to put Marksman. I think A tier. They also beat mages. That's the thing too. So it's like, but overall on average, I still think that they're not as good as mage. I'm gonna put it right there for now. I think they're better than Feral. Just because their consistent damage is more. And I think their burst might be a little bit more too. And they have Trap. Trap in 2v2 is so good. Being able to like stun trap consistently can actually just win you the game single-handedly. Okay, Outlaw Rogue. Outlaw Rogue, Outlaw Rogue. The AWC, I don't know, underdog, I guess. I've always thought Outlaw was underrated, and I think that its sub is really good in 2v2, but I think Outlaw is also pretty good. I'm actually going to put Outlaw... I think... I kind of wanted to put it at A. I'm going to put it at B for now. I'm going to put it at B. B+. I think it's really good. I think it does a lot of damage. If you can cleave, it does just... It's insane. I just haven't... I've played against only a couple Outlaws, so that's why like I'm afraid to put it higher just because I haven't played against very many. But the ones that I have played against, they've been pretty good. But it is kind of one of those classes where you don't have really good uptime, or if you're not actually just pumping, then it's kind of lax. We'll see. I'm keeping an eye on that one. Ret Paladin is insane. They have so much utility, so many tools. Lay on hands, bop, bubble. They don't have MS, so that's really unfortunate. I'm trying to think of where I want to put it. Their burst is so good. Like, they can easily 30-0 or 50-0 class. So it's like, it's hard to feel too bad about not having mess for them. Freedom's really good. Sanctify is really good. Sack is really good. I had it... I'm gonna leave it here for now. I think on average it's better. I don't think... I'm gonna leave it right here, actually. I think Frost Mage is, like, better. Fire Mage, I think, is tied, but I think on average, Rep beats more than Fire Mage. Especially with how popular BM Hunters. Mages just get eaten by Hunters, and Hunters are pretty popular right now, so... I think overall... Not that Red does very better, but, you know. Shadow Priest. D tier. Again, I've only seen one Arcane Mage. I haven't seen very many Shadow Priests. They do a lot of damage, but they have... It's very hard for them to actually kill things. They don't have any stuns. Silence Fear is really good, but being able to run up to person to fear, not very often, but they get a lot of damage, so it's kind of like Boomy, where they just do a lot of cleave damage and hope it's enough to kill. They do have silence, which is nice, but they kind of need help getting setups. So in 2v2, it's not really as good. Sub Rogue, instant S tier. I'm going to put it above BM Hunter. Good lord, sorry. Okay. It has a lot of control and a lot of burst, so it's just, I mean, anyone who's played twos knows that Sub Rogue is just like the king of tiers. I think Rogue Mage is really good right now. I think Rogue Mistweaver is really good right now. Rogue Priest is really good right now. Sub Rogue just, it does a lot of damage. It has a lot of control, and whenever you get a Sub Rogue that goes in, does a go, Shadow Slips their healer, and then just lines until the next go, it's almost impossible to win. You're just chasing the Sub Rogue down the entire game, or hoping that you can kill the healer before the Sub Rogue kills you in like their third or fourth go. So yeah, S tier for sure. Survival, again, one of those classes that aren't played as much as others. I think they have really good burst damage. Again, Hunter with Stun Trap is kind of OP. I'm gonna put it E tier. It's better than Enhancement just because of the control. Tempted to put it above Demon Hunter. I'm gonna leave it there for now. I think I've seen more Demon Hunters. I think Survival Hunter, outside their burst, they don't really do too much. But their burst is very scary. Windwalker. Straight to the top. Straight to the top. I'm gonna put... Yeah, I think Subrug is... I'm gonna put Subrug above Windwalker. And put Windwalker above BM Hunter. Windwalker does so much burst damage, and they've got that Karma buff, so they're a little bit tankier. But as soon as the Windwalker looks at me, I'm 20% health immediately. And then I get knocked up in the air, there's ROP, they have paralysis. Their damage is insane. Rising Sun Kick, pumps, Fist of Fury, pump. Again, a lot of these, I feel like the S tiers, everyone knows the S tier classes already because they're everywhere and they're insane. Augmentation. I have not played against a single Augmentation Evoker. If anyone out there plays Augmentation or Aug, and if they're actually insane, let me know. I'm curious to see what happened to the spec. I have not seen it in my 1,000 games or close to. So I'm assuming that they're not very good. Maybe there's one out there that's actually insane, that's killing it right now, and you're living the dream. I don't know. Okay, Devourer. Oh wait, I forgot Unholy Decay. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Devoured or point. Unholy Decay. A tier for sure. I kind of want to... I think I put them there. Unholy Decay is really good. They did get nerfed, so you don't see them as much, but they have a lot of utility. AMS and AMZ are really strong. They have a lot of burst. They can easily get their own kill setups with blind and silence and stun and pet kick and pet stun. I think this is fine. I think red just has too much utility to be under Unholy Decay. Still thinking if this is right. Yeah, this would, yeah. Devoker might go down to B tier. See though. Devour, again, I haven't, actually I have seen a good amount of Devours. I feel like today we so happened to go against a Devourer and then we got 80 zeroed in a second. It was like 380k in literally a second. So that was unfortunate, and that kind of makes me biased against them. But I think for the most part, outside of their burst window, they don't really do much. It's kind of like enhancement, where it's like, oh my gosh, whenever they're bursting, you're dead if you're not pressing like everything. But outside of that, they're kind of chill. I'm moving at B minus. Yeah, yeah. Because I think they have potential. I think if you're playing Devourer and you can get the window where you just one-shot someone, then you could, I mean, it's obviously decent, but outside of that window, if you're not doing much, then, yeah, all there is. Okay. Okay, let's see if I want to change anything. So this is all the DPS done. I just have healers left. S tier, S tier, S tier, Frost Mage, Ret, Holy Decay. I want to put this at B. No, I can't move this to C. After experiencing the one shot, I cannot put Devourer at B minus tier. But I feel like Destro's one of those classes I don't see as much either. I might put Outlaw above this too. This is tough. I feel like all of these are very close. I feel like there's very few there are very few classes that feel bad to play, and I'm C tier and under pretty much feel bad to play. Devour, I haven't played it very much, and I don't even fully understand the rotation. All I know is that they just do a giant burst, and then outside of that window, they kind of just do nothing. Something like Frost Decay, Enhancement. Although Enhancement has a little bit more to offer. I might put a Sasrog above Ellie, actually, thinking about it. Okay. Trying to foresee. Afflock's good. Fury Warrior's good. Outlaw, I want to put in B just because I don't see it very often, but I think it could easily be considered A as well if some more people start playing it. And with the AWC, seeing Outlaw played, I'm sure a lot of people are going to start rerolling to play it. Devoker, it's got weaknesses. As B. This is all fine. I'm trying to think if Arms Warrior should be above any of these. Alright, we're gonna leave it there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Healers. Healers. I mean, okay, obviously, Mistweaver is S tier, S plus tier. If I could make this go higher, I would. Completely broken. Put any one of these specs with a monk, and they're immediately S tier. Disgusting class. Top, like, most healing. One of the most mobility. One of the most CCs. They have just, like, 4 different cooldowns that all top their team. Many of forums, many of Reddit posts have been posted about how insanely broken Mistweaver monks are. They've been nerfed twice, and they're still the top healer by far in like every bracket. I might make a separate video about how broken Mistweavers are, honestly, at this point. But okay, S tier. Everybody knows. Discipline Priest. It's A tier or S tier. I think I'm going to put it at A tier. I'm going to do the healers to the right. Except for Mistweaver. I think Mistweaver's SSSS. all the other heals I'm reduced to the right of the DPS. So I think Discipline Priest is A tier. The only reason it's not S tier is because Voidweaver can be countered really easily. Well, simply. I don't know if I should say easily, but it's really simple to counter a Voidweaver. And as soon as I play against a team that knows how to counter it, we just die so fast, and it feels terrible, and it feels like a D-list healer. So for that reason, I'm going to leave it at A. If you guys disagree, let me know. But I think if it can be countered that simply, then it can't be S. Especially if you put like Discweaver, Voidweaver compared to Mistweaver. It's just no. Okay, Resto Druid. I'm gonna put here. I think Disc is just a little bit better. I'm really referring to like average Voidweaver. I think is what 2s is mostly consisting of. And I think it's just better than Resto. Although Resto got a lot of buffs. It's really strong. Instant clone is insane. They have a lot of stuns. If they just sit in line, sit in Narnia, heal, run in, stun, clone, sit in Narnia, heal, then I think you can easily beat, Discipline Priest. But for the most part, I think Discipline Priest on average just has you beat a little bit. Provoker, I'm going to put it at B. I think it's okay. I think they have, like, Sleep's really good. CC immunity with the Verdant Embrace is really good. Kind of broken sometimes. Their Communion's really good, but overall, you don't really see too many. They have really good damage too, actually, but I just think they kind of fall behind whenever you're comparing it to the other healers. Just a Shaman, I'm going to put it at C tier. In 2s, Resto Shaman doesn't do as bad, I think, as in, like, other, brackets, but you don't really see very many. Grounding's good, Tremor's good, the healing's okay, but I think, again, they just happen to fall short compared to the other healers by far. Yeah, which I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. Holy Paladin, I'm gonna put A tier. They're really good. Consecrate slow is insane. It's kind of broken, actually. Maybe that's my own complaint, but you have a lot of, lay on hands, bubble, second bubble, sack. They got a lot of tools to live. But they can get trained down, so Resto can also be trained down, but I think they're not as good as the other two, but they're still better than Provoker on average. Being able to stun is really good, and they're just overall, I think, better. Holy Priest. I'm going to put it above Holy Paladin, because this has Stun Fear, which is a lot better than the Stun Blind of Holy Paladin. I think this has more healing output. Overall, I think it's just better. I don't think it's quite as good as Resto Druid, especially in 2v2. I think that a good Resto Druid is going to CC a lot more than the Priest, and that can kind of, hurt. Resto Druid can also do a lot of damage compared to Holy Priest, which only has Holy Fire. But Holy Priest's output and healing is almost unmatched, except for Mistweaver. So yeah, I think Mistweaver Holy Priest better than HPAL, a little bit less good than Resto. I think this is okay, yeah. And then tanks for 2v2 arena. I had the absolute pleasure of getting my teammate 82-0 in a second by a Guardian Druid. So for that reason, I'm gonna put an S tier. It was a Feral Frenzy and I don't know what it was. It was Feral Frenzy and some other ability that they had that hit for like 150k. And within a second, my teammate went from 82% health to 0 from stealth. So they're just going straight to S. Prop Pally, I'll go to A. Prop Pally is kind of gross right now. They've always been kind of really weird in Arena. I think that you can get away with playing it. All the other tanks I've never seen. And I think they're all kind of, just put them all at D tier. Just to complete the list. But yeah, Prop Paladin has its benefits. Obviously a lot of bubbles, a lot of cheese plays you can make. Blanket Silence is really good. But Guardian Druid with the cheesy one-shot still kind of pumps. Okay, I think that wraps it up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if the class should be moved up or down. Let me know what you've been thinking about 2v2 in general. Be sure to check out the Twitch. See if I've hit 1,000 games yet. I'm very excited about that. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one.